Hi guys, welcome back to the weird side of YouTube. I'm your host, author DC Knight, and this, I don't think this belongs in any playlist, so it's not an actual episode of anything. So today I just thought that I would read to you the poems that I just released on my debut spoken word poetry album. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, but DC, we can already hear you saying them on the album, but you can't. This album is very, conceptual, very themed. My voice is on some of the tracks, but it is not reading the poetry. It's making background noises and music and singing weirdly. The spoken word part is actually robot voices. And that is because the theme of the album is writer's block. It is called Writer's Block, and a lot of the poems are from my past, poems that I really liked, or poems that I liked the theme of, and I reworked them around and made them join or fit in with the theme. I'm actually really excited about it, and I'm really proud of it. Future spoken word projects, which I'm already currently working on, you've probably seen videos, will feature my voice and are featuring my voice. This is a one-off kind of thing. It's a very special thing, and I'm really proud of it. So with that being said, the tracks on the album are more musical than they are poetic. That's another reason why I chose the robot voices, because I wanted to make them sound more musical, more rhythmic, more flowing with the actual background music, so it's all connected, where it's like every part of it is very specific and on purpose. So today I thought I would just focus on the poems themselves for you guys. I know this is a long intro, but let's get weird. Alright, so the first poem is called Writer's Block, the intro version. There are two versions, the intro and the outro. This is the intro version. My mind I cannot unlock. I cannot break this writer's block. This is just like a puzzle box, a Rubik's Cube, a literary lock. My broken heart I cannot release. These overflowing emotions will not cease. Will my mind know a moment's peace without my heart acting in caprice? Emotions stuck in a moment of shock, eyes staring at a frozen clock. The numbers look back at me and mock as my head throbs to the tick and the tock, endlessly hammering this writer's block. This next one is called Night Hunt. We were dead a long time ago. We've been ghosts since days of old. We were dead a long time ago. We're the ghosts in the stories you've told. We were dead a long time ago. We've been ghosts since the days of old. We were dead a long time ago. Ghosts in the scary stories you've told. Shadows in the moonlight. Creatures in the trees. Glowing eyes surround me as I question all I've seen. The past has come to haunt me. From within my shallow grave, my memories come in flashes, driving me insane. Haunt these hallways, pray for forgiveness, murder your manipulators and die from this sickness. Haunt these hallways, pray for forgiveness, murder your manipulators and die for this sickness. The flames surround me, I'm lost within his kiss. The darkness seeps into me and I become his bliss. The flames surround us, he's lost within my sin. My darkness seeps into him as he becomes my kin. This next one is Haunted House, and I had parts of it and most of the theme from a really long time ago when my father passed away, and then I reworked it and made it more modern for me. So here's Haunted House. Ghosts reach down my throat and pull these words from my mouth. This place is no longer a home. It's become a haunted house. Creaking floors and broken windows, barred up doors and phantom crescendos, stairs that wind about and go nowhere, but my morning mind's maze will go there. Family portraits, withered and faded, the cold air echoes words my father stated. The lonely night he met his fate so grim, I was only about 1,000,000 miles away from him. Brother dear, oh sweet brother of mine, I never got the chance to tell you goodbye. Sudden, bloody, left a mess of vile flesh. Now in my restless dreams through hell and back I thresh. Lovers lost and lovers found never compare to that beautiful sound. My lover now sings his sorrows forever, long after that wretched rope was severed. My father, my brother, and now a long-lost lover. Ghosts that haunt me, deaths I can't get over. My father, my brother, and now a long-lost lover, haunted by ghostly mysteries to uncover. These ghosts reach down my throat and pull their ectoplasm from my mouth, because my brain is no longer a mind, it has become a haunted house. I love that one, actually. This next one, similar story. I wrote kind of a poem like this very young, and it was a lot more sexual and like in your face, and I just didn't like it. So when I remade it, I basically kind of made it from the ground up, but the main like point of it, the main line that's repeated a couple times is the same. It's called Forbidden Fruit. Through the shadowy dead wood, my dark incubus follows me. His wicked horns spiral toward the heavens in blasphemy. Occult sigils branded into his flesh, a map to tell me where to go. His ember-glowing eyes tell me I'll reap what I sow. We meet on scorched earth within a dark communion, and he moans my name sweetly during our union. Wet from dark baptism, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I can still smell the smoke upon my breath. In these flames of hell, nothing is as it seems. I can no longer tell the difference between night terrors and wet dreams. Your prayers do nothing for me. I have chosen this sin. Because I don't have the devil in me, the devil has me in him. God has already sent me my guardian angel. What's it matter if he's fallen? Aren't you happy to see me smile, sated, no longer sullen? His strong, massive, leathery wings protect me. Indeed, he shields me from your treachery. He may have allowed me to keep my soul, but my heart belongs to him. I assure you this romance of biblical proportions isn't so grim. I am not possessed. Do not try and exorcise me. I only need my incubus to come and satisfy me. Your prayers mean nothing to me. I have chosen to live in sin. I don't have the devil in me. The devil has me in him. I love that one, actually. This one is completely new, actually. I wrote it because I wanted like a love poem, and I think I did it really well. There's a couple different versions of this floating around, but this is the one that's on the actual album. Betwixt and between, shadowed and shrouded, hidden just beyond the veil in strange seas beclouded, I can almost hear you sing your siren song, and I can almost feel your silky fin so long. I'll be your fantasy, if you be my fairy tale, a happily ever after if you have a soul for sale. Wonderland is calling, go ask Alice if you're lost. Perhaps our love could grow tall if you can pay the cost. Between and betwixt, shrouded and shadowed, hidden just beyond the veil in strange land so hallowed. I can almost see the glitter of your wings, and I can almost sense your magical mushroom rings. I'll be your fairy tale if you be my fantasy, but happily ever after always comes with a fee. Neverland is calling, Peter Pan knows the way. We can be young forever if you know the right words to say. Once upon a time does it seem so far away, and happily ever after can begin in a single day. Yes, once upon a time isn't so far away. With a potion or some pixie dust, maybe we can stay. I'll be your dark fantasy if you can be my grim fairy tale, and we will live happily ever after, just beyond the shrouded veil. I think that's pretty sweet and cute. Actually, I don't think that's the version that's on the album. It's missing the part about King Arthur and Merlin, but I guess that's fine. You can listen to the album if you want that version. This one is called Leaving Oz. It's about heartbreak. It's also one of the only new ones. The only emotion I can feel is fear. I don't understand why my heart feels this way. After all the pain we caused, what else is there to say? It hurts to breathe, it hurts to think, it hurts to try and have a drink. It'd be so much easier if I could learn to hate you, but that seems to be something I just can't do. I just don't understand. I'm still so confused, praying to a God I don't believe in that you don't feel used. And as I gaze up into the endless night sky, it seems that all I can do now is cry. This feels akin to going through withdrawals. I keep replaying within my mind all of our quarrels, and I keep wanting to run back to you, but I'll just cause more damage if I do. I'm not sure how I can just leave this behind, this world of color, but I've gone blind. I suppose I've become your wicked witch, and you, my Wizard of Oz. It just fits. It took my brain, it took your heart, and it took his courage to rip us apart. So I'll leave this place of prismatic wonder and return to my world of black and white blunders, so that perhaps you may finally begin to heal from all those painful spells, bindings, and seals. So I'll click my heels together 3 times and think of a heartless home within my mind. You still think it's so easy for me to leave, but you'll never know how much I grieve. Just know that I'll miss you forever and a day, and that I've 1,000 words left to never say. But we've only caused each other endless pain, so my love will remain somewhere over the rainbow. This next one is a very old one. I don't think I changed it at all because I actually liked it a lot. It's called Prince of the Cosmos. And his eyes cycle through the color spectrum like a neon rainbow on acid, and his black skin is covered in glowing stars. At his touch, my body is ravaged by sudden and strange convulsing tremors of utter physical euphoric ecstasy. He can reach up inside my soul and make my spirit stand next to me. His heart is the middle of the cosmos, his body is the celestial heavens, and when he lets me inside of him, I finally know salvation. Our physical flowers bloom as our spiritual thorns rise, and we are both conjoined at the touch of each other's light. His voice makes my being burst with tingles of glimmering love. His touch makes my body quiver with his stardust from above. We open our third eyes to see each other completely, and from my head to my toes he begins to utterly defeat me. And I find myself within an ocean of decadence, where all of creation is destroyed like so in evanescence. And I give myself fully to him, this strangely beautiful cosmos prince, because he loves every aspect of my being before and after my physical existence. And he caresses my planets within my inner system. It's like nothing I've ever felt, and I have become his victim. He infects me with his dark and euphoric ecstasy, and he takes all of his stars and shoots them up inside of me. His smile is the ring of Saturn, his glowing skin is the sun. He sweetly kisses my lips, and we finally become one. Kind of a love poem, not really. I'm going to make a video after this going into the detail of all of these. That's not a love poem, so stay tuned next week. I'm filming it right after this one, but they're going to premiere every Monday. So that'll be next week's video. This next one is called Mermaid Boy. It's pretty obvious what it's about, though. In my dark moments of nightmares and stress, I find myself returning to my lost innocence. I go back to that messy room with the puzzle on the floor, the mermaid dolls in the bed, the Britney poster on the door. So much laughter echoes there, so many cries of pain. My inner child is all that keeps adult me from going insane. The boombox covered in Lisa Frank stickers, blaring that sweet Britney Spears, inspiring the stories and poems I wrote about all my dreams and fears. I go back to that old bedroom with the drawings on the floor, the bunk bed against the wall, and the Nintendo 64, saving Hyrule and the Mushroom Kingdom with 64 bits of pure glee, collecting jigsaw pieces with a bear and bird until I found their bravery within me. And they called me Mermaid Boy, all those bullies at school, because I brought Ariel everywhere. Man, I wish I was still that cool. I go back to that sanctuary of flowing colors and echoing giggles, stamped with memories of bedtime stories along with pillow fights and tickles. In our dark moments of nightmares and stress, I believe we should return to our lost innocence. Between paying bills and working hard, sometimes I will play with a toy or draw a picture or play a game, all to honor my inner mermaid boy. I like that one a lot. This one, that last one was technically new too, but I've had a bunch of poems with that theme, so basically it's not new at all. But this one is called Zenith Star. It was actually a long time ago when I was a teenager. I wrote it about my alter ego, who's an elf named Zenith Star. At the time he was a vampire. He kind of still is. He's also kind of a merman. I can't decide what the hell he is, but he's just my alter ego. He's basically everything. Back then it was more about the actual stories I was writing that he was in, and I redid the poem but kept the rhymes and the basic story the same, and the last few lines exactly the same, and the first few ones I think, but made it all about him. So this is it. The highest star above me whispered once, dreams were the only place to see the signs. All those unbelievable stories echo from deep within my fractured mind. Twisted, contorted, and mirrored, cryptic clarity in a musical tide. Masks align the hidden meanings if you can read between the lines. Dreams are the only place to see it. Fantasy forged from shards of a broken heart. An entire world thrives in sleeping visions under the archway of these scattered stars. Chosen by fate, he hears his destiny calling. His elven ears notice my changing inflection. But dreams are the only place to see him, apart from, of course, my fading reflection. I actually really like the album version of this because I made a really cool beat for it. This one's called Painting. It's technically new. No, it's not actually. It's old as crap. I think I wrote it in like 11th grade, but I actually liked it, so I changed it up and made it relevant for the album. So here it is. Life is like a canvas, splattered with rainbow colors. Time and friendships vanish from the brushstrokes of brighter lovers. Humans are constantly evolving through living nightmares and sweet dreams. Through memories unraveling and dissolving, a relationship is rarely what it seems. Loyalty is only relevant when everyone gets what they want. Every transaction needs a payment, and we're always opening the vault. Nothing is sacred anymore, except for my masterpiece of lies that I painted and restored for the gallery of my mind. But the colors have all faded away, and my friends are reduced to smears. The paint begins to chip and decay because it was mixed with tears. So why is there a blank canvas on display in a museum? Because paintings can change form for us, just depends on how you see them. I like that poem, I think it's cute. Next one is called Bipolar. I've written a ton of poems about my bipolar. This takes lines from all of those and I put them into one, and I really love it. I especially love the album version because it's so creepy sounding. I love it. Here it is. Black and white, fuck and fight, dark and light, wrong and right, north or south, mind or mouth, up or down, smile or frown, inside out, upside down. I just want to be even, but instead I'm always odd. Either feeling like decay or the fucking son of God. I'm always playing Mario Kart, constantly switching to the other lane, back and forth forevermore until I've driven everyone insane. My mind is like the roughest leather, with an iridescent sheen, and I'm scared of being medicated in case it costs me my dreams. North or south, mind or mouth, up or down, smile or frown, black and white, fuck and fight, dark and light, wrong and right. I love that poem so much. This next one is the last one on the album. It's called Writer's Block, the outro version. It's different and shorter than the first one, both the album version and the written version. Here it is. Actually, I think this one's kind of darker. Forever hammering this writer's block, twisting and turning it, but it will never unlock. Do you hear the constant tick and talk of this maddening broken clock? Head filled with whispers as they mock. They say I'll never break this writer's block. No, I'll never break this writer's block. Never, never, never. It's also creepier than the intro version, but we'll get into that in the next video. That is the 12 poems on my debut poetry album, and I'm super excited about it. By the time I make a few different poetry albums, which I'm working on now, spoken word poetry albums, I will be releasing them all in a very large poetry book, so look forward to that, but that's going to be in like a year or so it'll be a while. As for poetry, my next project is a companion album for my novel Dream. It is being re-released hopefully by fall. I'm working on it now, as well as the spoken word poetry album, and the poems on that album are all themed after scenarios, characters, and items are basically just things that happen in the book. So yeah, I'm excited about that. But until then, next week I'm going to be going over the hidden meanings in a Between the Lines video for these poems, so look forward to that. And all my links are in the description if you want to purchase this album. I also have an album of meditation music that's available as well. The poetry album is only $5. The meditation music album is $15 because there's a lot more tracks, and it also was harder to make. It's the culmination of like 15 years of experimenting with music, and I love all those tracks, just like I love all my poetry tracks. But that's it for me today. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.